welcome back to this latest edition of the N64 quest right over here with me, How to Lose in Video Games. And this time around, it's time for some Fighter's Destiny on the N64, of course. Probably... Hold on, let me mute myself on Twitchy. Here we go. At least I know it's running, unlike, you know, last time where screwing up all the time. So, really the only thing I'd have to go with this game is this January 98 issue of Nintendo Power, which is, of course, right where we are. It's January 98. It's an exciting year for the N64. Between that and 99, the most really jam-packed year for everything. And where we started to see a lot of more different and interesting and unique games get put out, starting right around here, you know. Noggin Olympics is a very dated game when it comes out already, and Robotron, same thing. But Fighter's Destiny is the first thing that, you know, realistically could have come out the year before, but, you know, it doesn't look like much, and I feel like, anybody watching this maybe doesn't expect a whole lot from this game, and you'd be right to do that, but I gotta be honest, I really think that, for a genre that the N64 doesn't have a whole lot of. For one thing, fighting games doesn't have a whole lot of very good ones, and 3D fighters in particular, or actually no, it has more 3D fighters than 2D fighters, but still, it's actually a lot better than you might expect. It's not great. I have titled this video something lame-ass joke, Virtua, Tekken, or Alive 64, because this is really Ocean Soft, and again, you'd be right to assume the worst, considering whose name is on this. Ocean Soft and Imagineer. Ocean Soft Publishing in the United States, or Imagineer, but it's a 3D fighter in the style of those games. You know, it's got the 3D polygonal models and everything, and it's got this sort of legit fighting look to it. It's not like Street Fighter where everybody, well, don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but for the most part, it's got this legit fighting approach to it, from the way it presents itself and everything. And I'm just jumping into the first, just one match right now, and I was taking a look at the characters before. I'll get a better look at the characters. I just wanted to go with the Ultimate Warrior looking motherfucker. I hate the Ultimate Warrior, by the way, but yeah, oh, he's got 3 points on me. And I was gonna get to that. Some of you might be a little bit confused about what's going on right here. There is a health bar for the 2 characters. You can see it up there. But that's not how you score your victories against your opponent. What you actually need to do is everything takes place in rounds, and what you're instead supposed to do is rack up a certain amount of points based on how the round sort of wraps up and ends. One of the most common ways that you'll see is you get fucking go already. Seriously? Wow. Fucking trickery right there.
Ready, fight.
There's a little rundown in the options menu where you can set how many point values there are, but more like a legitimate fighting tournament, the way that this presents itself is as pretty much that, and you don't get a point. You don't necessarily get a point just for you know, decreasing your opponent's. Wow. Oh, I countered it. Nice. Yeah, I'm not nearly as good with this dude as I was with the other guy. There we go. Nice big suplex for you. I'm back in it. Like I said, throwdown is the most common way. You go to a certain number of points, like a real fighting tournament would, where somebody allots points for your performance against your opponent. So it's really, really interesting in that way. It's not, because it's, you know, it's just right off the bat sort of breaking the mold from the traditional 3D fighting game, even for a, even for a traditional, like, sort of legit styled game like the Tekkens and your Virtua Fighters and out there and everything like that. Even Tekken Virtua Fighter Dead or Alive doesn't do that. They go the traditional route of having you just deplete your opponent's life bar. So 2 things I'm gonna do before I do anything else after this match right here, because we're going next point wins, sudden death right now. Jesus. There we go. It's something. Yeah, I got him. All right, that was a close one. Yeah, like right off the bat, this is a much different thing. So what did that take? That took 5 rounds. So automatically you take more rounds than you would theoretically do against somebody in Tekken or Dead or Alive, because most of the time that's 2 out of 3. You can change the settings obviously in the games, but the whole basic idea is best of 3. It can take as many as you basically need to get somebody up to 7 points, depending on what people are doing and how they're doing it. So let's just get rules out there. So round is to 7. You can change. That's pretty interesting. You can actually change the size of the ring, because of course ring outs are a thing. So yeah, ring out. Ring out is worth 5. So that's clearly right away the most valuable thing. Yeah, throwdowns and knockdowns, which are the most traditional ones. The only ones that we saw in that match that I just did. Throwdowns and knockdowns, those are worth 3 each. Counters are worth 3. Executing a special move is worth 5, so that's another big one. And then, so each round has a maximum of 30 seconds. It's not like a traditional round where you have 60 is the traditional, or you can go up to like 99, or maybe not have a real time clock, so on and so forth. Get your... Okay. You get the Nintendo Power Up for this. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually the way it's supposed to be. So it is supposed to be to 7. Something that's actually bothered me already, because I don't know necessarily that I'm starting off fresh. I had no way of knowing that I was... no way of erasing the data on the cartridge. This is one of those weird games that splits between the cartridge save file and the controller pack save file. So I have a controller pack. It only takes up 2 pages on the controller pack, so it's really small. Yeah, that's accurate. That's the accurate point ratings. So someone had changed that, and apparently the ring's supposed to be a lot smaller than that. So that was interesting. The person who had this before me had the biggest possible ring, but the most points for a ring out. So that's cool. So yeah, ring outs are not worth that much, and throwdowns are worth slightly less than knockdowns. I did pull off a knockdown. Counters, specials are worth 4. Judges only worth 1 point, and like I was saying, the rounds only go the 30 seconds, and if nobody has actually scored anything, then the judge will award a point based on who they think did better, like a traditional, you know, like a boxing match or some bullshit like that, whatever. Any sort of those, like, legit fighting sports. And the other thing I noticed about this is that the controls are a lot simpler than they are in most fighting games. You really are focusing on just 2 buttons. I don't know what Harari is. I need to really check the Nintendo Power and read up on that a little bit. Yeah, I need everything set up that way. Need to get the most out of this, especially when there's only so many buttons that you need to know. And then, so here is the character select screen, and this is what I was actually saying before. Like, I wasn't sure if I was getting a fresh card, because there's a little star underneath Ryuji, who's like the main Ryu character. Ryu's even his fucking name. Ninja, who's basically pulled straight out of Dead or Alive. When did the first Dead or Alive come out, actually? That's a good question. I don't know if this is predating Dead or Alive or not. Bob. Those 3 have stars under their names, but let's go through all of them. I don't know how you get the stars. I assume it has something to do with the single player, and that's why I kind of wanted to get rid of it. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So Ryuji. Oh, and everybody has a alternate costume that you activate by holding the R button. So he's pretty straightforward. This dude, Abdul, is from Mongolia. Which is weird. You don't see a lot of I don't want to forget that there's like a Street Fighter character because I don't really know Street Fighter that well. But Mongolia seems to more like an out there country to have people come from. Oh, and there's also, if you didn't notice, all-rounder and stuff. There's a summation of their moves and also how much health they get before they get knocked, basically before they get stunned. I also noticed when I was looking at it before, pretty much everybody does all the same poses while you're going through the character select, which is weird. And it's especially when you when they go down for their little leg stretch. He's not doing it. Yes, Pierre, the fucking clown. There, right there. Yeah, if you switch like to most people, they'll keep it. Leon from Spain. Bob from Brazil. And yeah, some of these like Tricky. It's same as in Mario Tennis when they called people Tricky. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Aerial, Quick, the guy who's clearly based on Ultimate Warrior. Unlike most fighting game characters who, if they pick a wrestler, they usually make him look like Hulk Hogan, who I also hate. You've learned that about me by now, I hope. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, he's from the United States. Both of his outfits are based heavily on using the American flag, or that's actually stars and bars, which is weird. A ninja, traditional black ninja outfit, and then that thing right there makes him look like a Mortal Kombat ninja. And then this guy, I assume that this was like a boss character that's been unlocked for me already. His doesn't really change. So there's that. There's some other modes in here. I don't know really what's going on with that. This seems to be the main mode, especially if they described it in Nintendo Power a bit. I'm actually going to try out Abdul because he's an all-around character and he's got an interesting look to him. So, from what I understand, that was described a little bit in Nintendo Power. There's basically like a wheel of fortune thing, and it randomly, yeah, it's a whole like spin the wheel and see who you're gonna fight. It's interesting, and you have this sort of like ability to gain and lose moves. It's really weird. I've only seen it at this point. I've only seen it described to me. Because really, this is a very, very new. This is a very, very new game to me. Oh, so you face either the Master or the Joker. If you lose to the Joker, he's gonna fuck you up and make you lose everything. There we go, throw down. This is like a lot of the games, this is really my first time playing this. I remember trying it out for a little bit when I was younger, probably not like a little kid, but when I was younger, and I probably threw it in and I didn't really get it. Get him out. There we go. That's 1 point. Still worth it. That was the thing. Like, I was really into Mortal Kombat when I was the age that I probably played this, or not long after I played this. There we go. Yeah, you can end the round in like that if you get the drop on somebody. But you can understand. I didn't really understand necessarily what was going on when I fired this game up the first time, having been honed on Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Oh, he got me. Son of a bitch. Oh, and speaking of Tekken, before I start the next round up against the Master here, it's not exactly the same, but the command list that they give you, I remember playing Tekken a lot when I was a little kid and not really understanding how to do moves, because I felt like I had to memorize all this shit. Just fucking stupid. I wouldn't be able to do it, which isn't, like, obviously this is not what you have to do, but I'd take one look at the moves list in Tekken as a kid, and I'd be like, fuck that, and I still kind of do that. Oh, fuck you, old man. Wow. Oh, this dude's fucking me up. I was holding guard, I fucking blocked that. Wow, he's just being a dick now. Fine, I'll take you out. Fuck you. Jeez. And the one thing I really hope about this game is it doesn't sort of devolve into everybody just doing throwdowns and shit. Yeah, this is kind of why I'm nervous about playing this game myself, because like this is something that people are really into, but like, ooh, they teach me a new move, and I'm like, shit, I don't know.
Hold on to your seat.
Like, I'm not gonna be able to remember how to do that. Like, I'm not a good fighting game player. I'm not a competitive player at all. And I'm especially bad, you know, when it comes to shit. Oh, fuck you, Joker. I'm especially bad when it comes to shit like Tekken and everything, because it's about memorizing a lot of more intricate button presses. It's not like Street Fighter. Like, I pull off things better in Street Fighter, even though I'm still terrible at that, because at least I jump into a game and I'm like, alright, well, are we going to be doing some quarter circle, like quarter circle, press a button thing, like that, like all the traditional moves? This is more of the press the buttons in a certain order, which is also why, fuck you, wow. Well, well, I guess I lost that one. Damn. Alright, let's avoid that for a little bit. Let's try a quick match with somebody else, and then I'll wrap this up. Before I get a better idea how to play this shit. I'll try the tricky guy, I'll try Pierre. And also, this has a ladder mode in it too, as we saw before, but I'm gonna just need to float around with the different characters before, so I can... Ooh. Yeah, fuck you. The thing is, even though a lot of the rounds end in throwdowns, not only do I think that that's pretty much the most typical way to end a round anyway, like that's the expected way. But it's not as if every round like you only go into it and try and knock somebody down, because it would be worth, like, it's worth less points than everything else. So that's why you're trying to get things done first. I'm trying to knock him off the ledge, and I realize that he's not staying down there, or I'm not being able to follow up, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go for the A and B. And it's not that difficult to throw somebody down, because it's pretty much just pressing A and B at the same time. It's an easy move to pull off, but it's also, from what we saw before, it's pretty easy to counter. I got the ring out because I made him fucking lose his situational awareness. So it's a lot, compared to the first match that I did, it's a pretty noticeably smaller ring. I guess this is the default ring, and it makes sense that that's the way that it is, because... Oh shit! He did it to me again. He fucking grabbed me and threw me off. Ah, you asshole. It makes sense that the ring is smaller, because it's gonna make the round go by faster if somebody actually does pull that off. With the ring being double sized, it would make for a lot less of those. And it also makes sense because, yeah, I like it. A smaller ring is gonna make for a lot more ring outs, but the ring outs are a little bit exciting, and they're not worth that much. They're worth the least amount of points. So let's try one more and see. Now I get to see some different arenas. The arena has a weird like depth of field to it, because that background is way the fuck out there. Complete disconnect between the two of them. It's unusual, but... Oh, fuck you! Get off! Yeah! I was not gonna win that if it went to the judge. I was not gonna get that point, so I'm pretty glad about that. Yeah! With that move that I've not learned how to do, but I found out that I can do it with a bunch of left and rights. That's pretty cool. Yeah! I'm gonna try and not spam that move, but I'm actually good at pulling it off, so. And it gives me a knockdown, so. I'm gonna stop right here, because I have a lot of this game to sort of learn and explore. But we've seen a little bit of what this game has to offer. I'll be able to go through and see all the different characters and stuff, and see if I can get any further in the other modes. But I'll definitely, I definitely recommend this game so far, especially compared to what else is on the system. Stay tuned, keep watching. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll catch you later for more of this, more Fighters Destiny.